Welcome back to the Team to Be Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. Before I get into today's episode, just want to thank everybody for supporting the podcast and the YouTube channel. I'm on my path to 2,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new here or enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. So for today's episode, I want to talk about Victor Oladipo. So Victor Oladipo apparently is looking to make another comeback into the NBA. The former Miami Heat guard appears to be healthy now. He's returned. He's looking to return to play basketball. But would the Miami Heat entertain the idea of bringing Victor Oladipo back to Miami? And so, according to Ira Winderman, he thinks that ship has likely sailed. So he was quoted saying, while Victor Oladipo has indicated on social media that another comeback is in the works, that Heat ship likely has sailed. Still, one can't help but root. So Oladipo on his Instagram recently posted a video showcasing himself working out, doing some drills, getting back on the court. He looked really good. And it's just unfortunate what has happened to his career. His career has been derailed by injuries. Even before he joined the Miami Heat, when he was with the Indiana Pacers, he's a two-time All-Star, so he's a really good player when healthy. He tore his patella tendon back in the 2023 season while with Miami, and that kept him out for the entire following season. It's just unfortunate. Like he was with the Miami Heat for 3 seasons. He only played, 54 games total. So it's just heartbreaking to see in the last 5 years in his career with the Pacers, with the Rockets, with the Heat, he's basically only played 100 games or so in 5 seasons. But when he's on the court, he still looks good. Like, of course, he's not going to be an all-star anymore or star. He's only 30 years old. Still, relatively young, but he's never averaged below double digits in points. Like, he is a good scorer. He's a streaky shooter, but he's able to get downhill. He's able to finish at the rim. He's a streaky three-point shooter, but he has that ability to shoot the three. He can hit that mid-range. He can hit some tough shots, as we've seen in a Miami Heat uniform. Specifically, if you guys remember back when we played against the Atlanta Hawks 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, in the first round when Jimmy Butler was injured, Victor Oladipo took over and had a huge game where he had over 20 points and helped carry us to a victory to beat the Hawks. So huge game for Victor. And again, still someone who's able to score. Like in his 3 seasons with the Heat, he averaged 12 points, 12.4, and 10.7 points. And then good rebounder for a guard, lost some athleticism, due to all these knee injuries, but still good rebounder, averaged 3 rebounds per game for the Miami, 3.5, 2.9. He was, a good playmaker as well, 3.5 assists every season with the Miami Heat. So he did make an impact with the Miami Heat, but the biggest issue with him was, again, his availability. So good for Victor, again, trying to make a comeback for, what is this, the 3rd or 4th time. My heart goes out to him. And of course, he's never, giving up on his dream to continue to play in the NBA. So it's super admirable to see because, again, he knows what he was, before the injuries. Earlier in his career, Victor Oladipo was extremely effective two-way player. But again, injuries derailed his entire career. He, could have been a rising star, but the injuries have just continued to mount. And I just feel bad for him. Hoping he can make some sort of comeback. But again, the Miami Heat rotation, we're guard heavy right now. There's no need for him. We have Jimmy Butler, who's a small forward, but he's essentially like a shooting guard as well. Same with Jaime Jaquez, could be a small forward or shooting guard. And then, of course, we have Tyler, Terry, Alec Burks, we have Josh Richardson, and then, of course, Pele Larson and Josh Christopher. We have a ton of guards on this roster, even, Drew Smith, Isaiah Stevens. So I don't think it makes sense bringing Victor back, but I wish the best for him and hope he can make his third comeback in the NBA soon.